Hey, my friends, if you, it's Andrea Purvu, and today I welcome you guys back to a new episode of the Prima Podcast. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about toxic friends and how to deal with them. Basically, I will break down to you three types of toxic friends, and yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So, the first toxic friend that I wanted to talk about today is the one that doesn't appreciate you but appreciates the ones that are toxic to them. And this is actually the kind of friend that the kind of friendship that affected me the most. Basically, this kind of friend is the one that you are the nicest to them. You listen to all of their drama, all of their problems. You try to solve their problems. You're basically the therapist friend to them. You're always there for them. Basically, you are the best friend that they could have. And they are telling you that. They are telling you every single day that they love you, that you are their best friend, that, all of that stuff. But they are always putting you on the second place. They have another friend that they're actually all the time talking about them. They're talking bad about them behind their back. And they would always put that one person on a pedestal, and they would always put that one person on the first place, and they will mistreat you because of that person. And that has actually happened to me. So I had this best friend that basically I was always there for her. No matter what she was going through, I was there for her. I was listening to all of her problems. She would be sending me every single night like at least 10 minutes of voice messages, and I would listen to them and I would help her and I would give her advice and all that stuff. And she would always talk about this other friend that she had. She would always talk bad about her and how she hates her, and at this point she does not want to be friends with her and she cannot stand her and all that stuff. But every single day when we would go at school, she would always and only hang out with her. And if I was saying something and that a girl didn't agree with what I was saying, she would turn on me. Or if I was wanting to do, I don't know, for example, if I was wanting to go in the break, during the break in the schoolyard, and her other friend that she was talking bad about would want to go at the bathroom, she would go to the bathroom with her and leave me alone. Or yeah, I mean, these are some bad examples. I mean, these are not that serious examples, but you guys kind of get what I mean. I mean, she would always put me on the second place and always mistreating me because of her. But she would always tell me that I'm her best friend, and that she hates the other girl. And that is, I mean, it leaves you with this trauma of feeling like you are not good enough for this person. Because imagine, I mean, you get so close to your best friend, you get so close to them because they're telling you everything, they're telling you all of their secrets. You get so involved in them. They're always telling you how much they love you and how much it means to them, the fact that you are helping them. And they make you get so attached to them, and they would always talk bad about the other person, and you would see, and they will say how that other person is such a traitor and how they treat them badly. And you would just not understand, like, why you, the person that did so, I mean, only did them right, would you would be placed on the second place to someone that always did them dirty, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating, first of all, and it leaves you, as I said, with this trauma of feeling like you are never good enough. Because, as I said, I mean, no matter how good you treat, how well you treat that person, they would choose the toxic one. And basically, what you gotta understand when it comes to this situation is that the problem is definitely not at you. Because, as you said, and as your friend is telling you, you are, I mean, the best friend that they could have, and you treat them so right. I mean, it's really not your fault, but it's their fault. Because basically, these people they have lots of trauma. Probably they have childhood trauma, and they are kind of attracted to people that are emotionally unavailable, basically. I mean, instead of choosing you, they would choose the toxic ones. And definitely in that moment, the problem is not at you, as I said. The problem is at them because they are not able to appreciate what they have in front of their eyes and the good thing that they're having, but they are chasing the bad and the toxic thing that they're seeing, even though they admit that that is the wrong decision and is the toxic person to actually spend time with. So basically, how to overcome this friendship? I mean, my advice is simply at some point you should simply break up. I mean, you should stop being friends with this person, with this girl, with this guy, whatever. But that is not that easy. I mean, it's definitely not that easy. I remember that I was stuck on this situation for years, probably 3 years, and I was just hoping that things are going to change, and they never will. They never would change. And I remember how literally this girl would tell me non-stoply that she is going to cut off that toxic friend of hers, and she would never do that because, I mean, yeah, I understand her because, as I said, I mean, there is some trauma that made her like chasing the person that she cannot have. So basically, I mean, it, basically, it's really, really hard for them to break up with that toxic friend, and it's even harder for you to break up with this toxic friend of yours. So basically, what I did was the fact that, I mean, eventually I broke up with her. When I say broke up, generally people would think about like romantic broke up, but no, I mean friendship broke up. I mean, we are not friends anymore right now. Eventually I did that. I broke up the friendship because of some other reason. But honestly, I think that I wanted to break up this friendship for such a long time. And basically, this other reason that came up was not necessarily an excuse, but it was the perfect opportunity for that moment to just break up the friendship. But basically, this happened. I broke up the friendship from another reason and not the actual one that was in my mind. This thing happened because basically I was so scared to actually tell her why I was mad at her, because I was thinking that my reason is not valid. I mean, the fact that I'm not appreciated by her. And I mean, I told her, I think, once, and then she treated me right for a period of time. But then again, things came back to normal. And then after a very long while, I told her again that, hey, I have this issue with our friendship. And then again, she would treat me right. And then again, things would come back to normal. And then I told her the third time that, look, I don't like the fact that you don't appreciate me. And the same thing happened again. So basically, I think that what I should have done, instead of actually just telling her the reason and, I mean, forgiving her, was to just tell her the reason, see if she's going to, I mean, treat me right from now on. And then the second time, when I see her doing the same thing again, to actually cut her off. But I didn't do that. And basically, at some point, I stopped telling her that what I feel, and I was letting her mistreat me. And that's why it became harder and harder for me to actually break up, to cut her off, due to this reason. So the moment when I cut her off from for a very different reason, you know. So yeah. But anyways, the thing is that eventually now I'm happy. I sometimes miss her because I miss being that close with someone. But then I remember how she made me feel and how she treated me, and it made me realize that it's better like this. And this is something that a lot of people need to understand. The fact that, I mean, a lot of people hold on to the memories, and is the worst thing to do, because, I mean, just think of, I mean, yes, maybe you guys at first you were such good friends and you had such good memories and it was such a vibe spending time with them, but think about how now they make you feel. I mean, basically what I try to do is actually imagine that that person is dead. I'm like, okay, this friend of mine is actually died the moment when they made me feel bad, and this new person is someone that I do not know. So I cannot do anything about them because I cannot raise them from the grave. So that's it. It's time to cut them off. So yeah, basically, as I said, I do understand why so many people are holding on to memories and stuff like that, but you should not really do that. You should think about how they make you feel. And so many times I'm just thinking of her and I'm thinking of texting her again and talking to her and like becoming friends again. But then I remember how she made me feel for so many years. So yeah, basically what I what I mean to wrap up this type of friend is, if they do not appreciate you when you are the best thing that they can have, then it's not your fault. First of all, acknowledge that it's not your fault. You have to find someone that appreciates you. Second of all, talk to them about how you feel. If they do not understand, then third thing, cut them off, and do not think about the memories that were, and do not regret the fact that those moments are over, because anyways those moments were over from the moment when they mistreated you. I mean, you know that saying, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. That's basically the idea. I mean, think about them with a smile on your face. Think about them. Uh, remember them for the good moments, but don't hold on to them because of those good moments. Okay, now let's talk about the second kind of toxic friend, and this one is the possessive one. So, basically, I was in fifth grade. I became best friends with this girl who was very possessive. And again, the issue is not at you. This is the tricky part, because these people are going to make you feel like the issue is at you. I mean, you are the problem, but it's actually not you. They're simply really great manipulators. So, basically, these people will not allow you to sit with other people. They will not allow you to be friends with other people, to talk to other people if they're not there. And they will always, create a very big argument, a very big fight if you would talk to somebody else, or if you would be friends with somebody that they do not like. And that is very fucked up, because, we are all individuals. We all have different opinions, different characters, and it's really normal to me to be friends with you, and as well to be friends with someone that is not necessarily your type of friend. But this possessive type of friend will not allow you that. And not only they will not allow you to be friends with people that they do not like, they will not allow you to be friends with anyone besides them. And honestly, since I was very young, I always had a really strong character, and I really did not like when these things were happening. So I remember that I cut this girl off really quickly from the moment when I realized that she was treating me like that. But for a bit of time, I would say that I was thinking that maybe it's my problem, and she would actually manipulate me into thinking that maybe I'm a bad friend because I'm sitting with other people, because basically she was telling me that that she should be my priority. But being someone's priority does not mean to only hang out with them. It means, if my best friend and another like side friend of mine would have a problem at the same time, I would be there for my best friend. That's what a priority means. Not to actually only be there for your best friend and do not have any other friends. So basically, when you are stuck in this situation, generally, as I said, you should acknowledge the fact that it's not your fault. In this case, it's their fault, and they probably, as I said in the other type of toxic friend, they have a childhood trauma. They were not put on the first place when they were younger, by their parents or by people that they raised them. And they've always felt like they were not good enough and stuff like that. So now they feel the need to be the most important person in everyone's life. And that is another thing. Besides the fact that they're possessive with you, I mean, they would want you to worship them. They would not worship you. They would treat you badly. They would be mean to you. They are allowed to have other friends, but they do not allow you to have other friends. And I think that I was stuck in this situation for like 3 months maximum. And then I cut her off because I was like, girl, I need other friends. But as well as I said in the previous example, I was a bit holding on to the good memories, but I think that, that's why I think that it took me like 3 months, because I think that if I wouldn't have hold on to the memories, probably we would have been friends for 2 months. But there was a 1 month when I was just thinking, should I cut her off or should I not? Because we had great memories. But no, I remember her now for the good memories that we have. But as I said, I did not hold on to her because of the good memories that we had. So yeah, basically, in to wrap up this kind of toxic friend, first of all, as I said in the other example, it's not your fault. Acknowledge that you are not the problem. It's them and their childhood traumas. Second of all, you do not have to hold on to memories. Remember them, but do not hold on to them. And third of all, cut them off. Cut them off no matter how close they are to you, because these people do not deserve you and you deserve more. You deserve having other friends. And there is a saying that maturing is realizing that you are best friend. Being best friends doesn't mean to be inseparable, but being able to have the same connection even if you are not together all the time. And that is so true. My best friend right now, I'm best friends with her since for 10 years now, almost 10 years. And we do not see each other every day. Maybe we'll go even 3 months when we will not see each other and stuff like that. But the relationship will always be the same. And that's how it should work. When you are codependent, when you are inseparable with your friends, that is actually a kind of toxic friendship. I understand you guys having the privilege to be all the time together and liking being together, but you should as well be able to live your life without your friend, because if you don't, then that codependency kicks in, and that's the moment when the friendship becomes toxic. So yeah, now let's dive into the third toxic type of friend, and that one is the one that is secretly jealous of you. Honestly, I did not really experience that before, because mostly the people that were secretly jealous of me, I could have sensed them, I think you say. I could have sensed them since I was seeing them, basically, and they were never my friends. I've never been friends with someone that was secretly jealous of me. I've realized that they were secretly jealous of me from the start, and I wouldn't. Yeah, as I said, I wouldn't connect to them. I wouldn't try to become friends with them. But I've heard many people that have gone through this, and it's really fucked up. So basically, this kind of friends would pretty much try to all the time be with you, but the moment when you have your moment of glory, they will bring you down. The moment when you're finally happy, they would bring you down, and they would love to feed up and to suck all of your energy and all of your success and all the good in you. They would suck that good in you and they would feed up with it, and that is so toxic. And I think that this is kind of the kind of friend that is the easiest to realize that they are toxic, because it's so visible. You just realize it from the way they make you feel, from the way you feel after you hang out with them. The fact that every single time when you're feeling good, they would say something mean to you and it would make you feel bad, and they would take that moment of glory away from you. So yeah, that's really easy to sense. And I think that from the moment when you see that, you should really cut them off. You should be like, okay, no, thank you. And basically, it's so weird for me to see how many people are going through this, even though in my opinion, this is, as I said, the easiest kind of toxic friend that you can sense. And yeah, to wrap up this kind of toxic friend, I have the same three advices. The fact that, one, you have to wait a second. Okay, I'm going to put in another order because I don't remember in which order I put to the first two examples. But first of all, you have to cut them off from the moment when you realize it. Second of all, please do not hold on to the memories, because this happens as well. In this kind of situation. I mean, you hold on to the good memories that you guys have had, and you're thinking, okay, maybe they're jealous of me, but look, we did this, we went to together there, we did that. I mean, so yeah, do not, second of all, do not hold on to the memories. And third of all, again, it is not your fault. I mean, in this case, sometimes it can be your fault. I mean, please do not brag about your success. This is something really important to acknowledge. Please, when you are happy, do not brag about it, but share it to your friends in a polite way, in a way like, okay, let's support each other, support me. I'm so happy. I'm sharing my happiness with you, but do not brag about it, because if you brag about it, then I understand the jealous kind of. I understand the jealous friend, because you are creating them a trauma somehow. Because basically, maybe at first they were not jealous of you, and you are starting bragging about them, and you are bringing them down, and you are always kind of like you're always telling how successful you are, and you are making, and you are always, as I said, bragging and making them feel bad. But if you simply share your success with them, because you want to be happy with them and to share your happiness with them, and they simply become jealous of you because of that, then yes, it is not your fault. You are not the toxic one. The problem is at them. You have to acknowledge that. So um basically, to wrap up this subject, is the fact that basically all the toxic friends are kind of the same. I mean, they, at the end of the day, they make you feel bad, and they're really good manipulators. And at first, you do not really realize that the fault is at you, and you think that the fault is, I mean, the problem is at you and not at them. And you are left with these traumas and with this bad emotions and bad feeling that you are feeling at the end of the day, and you're always feeling super drained after you spend time with them, but you hold on to the good memories that you guys had. So basically, in any kind of friendship, the free advice that any kind of toxic friendship, the free advice that I would give you are, wait. So first of all, wait, no, not necessarily free advice. I mean, the free advice are the most important ones, the ones that I gave to all of these free examples. But in any kind of toxic friendship, you should realize that you should first realize that they are toxic. You should realize how they make you feel, and that they're not making you feel good, and they're not worth your while. And you should find someone that actually appreciates you for who you are. Then you should first of all realize that you are not the problem. You deserve more, as I said. Second of all, you should realize you should not hold on to the memories. You should smile because it happened and not cry because it's over. And third of all, you should cut them off, even though it's super, super hard. And I know it, but you should cut them off. If the moment when you free up that space, something better is going to come into your life. So, I mean, I know that a lot of people are as well thinking that, okay, but look, they've been my friends for so many years, and if I cut them off, maybe no, but I will remain, I will be lonely and stuff like that. But honestly, I think that you should rather be lonely, and honestly, I rather be lonely than actually have a toxic friend that always drains me. And I've actually even been through this. I mean, at some point in my life, I was pretty lonely, honestly, because I was seeing that these people are not treating me right, and I deserve more than this. So I cut them all off, and I stayed for a while lonely, and then great people and people that appreciated me and people that were worth my while came into my life. And that's how it works. I mean, you have to free up that space, so good friends are going to come into your life. Because if you're just letting that toxic person drain you every single day, and then every single night you will cry about, why don't I have, I mean, good and healthy friendships and stuff like that, and you I mean, you cannot get those healthy and good friendships that you are crying about, because you are still allowing that toxic person to drain you, and you are, with that person in your life, you're blocking the way of healthy, of good friends coming into your life. So you have to cut them off, to receive something better. You have to free up a space to be provided with something better. So this was it for today, you guys. I hope you guys learned something from this video, because I think that so many people are going through this toxic relationships and these toxic friendships, and it's so sad because especially in your teen life, they drain you so much, and they create so many traumas to you that you are not able to heal. I mean, so many people are not able to heal these traumas that they are left after toxic friendships, and it affects them their whole life. So I think that you should really educate yourself, I would say, when it comes to how you should deal with toxic people in your life. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I hope this video helped you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it to your friends if you think that any of this information might be useful to them. Comment down below any suggestion for me to improve and stuff like that, and subscribe to keep in tune with all of my uploads. Okay, you guys, bye.